This one's for you. Gin Fluff. That's not yours. That's for sharing. Good too. Come on, step up. Okay.